is going. So is my microphone working? Let me check my camera and my. Okay, I think that's better. All right, so let's go ahead and do the 5 minutes of fame again. Let's try this again. I had technical difficulties this time. So let me get that started. All right, so now come in, drop your city and state, and or say hello. Okay, Jesus says everything is good. All right, still gonna do the 5 minutes of fame real quick. So there we go. Everything is good. Dallas is in the house. Inland Empire's in the house. All right, good. Thank you. Working loud and clear from the Chi-Town. Chi-Town is in the house. Hello from the Chi. Georgia is in. Tavarius, Duluth, Georgia, I think. So hello. So if you all are new to my channel as we get this live stream going, I am known in the credit world as the queen of credit because I help people transition their credit from good. Why do I get that backwards? From bad to good, and then from good to great. Then help people understand how to use credit or leverage your credit to get more cash flow in your life, right? Get more cash flow in your life. Now, I have some students, teenagers that's probably logging in because they subscribe to my channel. So I want to say hello to you all as well. They're logging in. And the best financial advice that I can give teenagers, young adults is do not use your credit, right, to get liabilities. What are liabilities? Liabilities are things that depreciate in value, like a vehicle. Even if you buy brand new, don't look at the monthly payment and just, ask if I can afford it, right? Don't just take vacation or shopping sprees with your credit. Use your credit to invest in things that's going to improve or appreciate in value, like real estate, right? It's best to get a house or duplex or a fourplex, right? To rent out, right? And have people to pay you, then to use that money to get your own personal home first, right? It's best in most cases to get a vehicle that's slightly used versus brand new. Why? Because vehicles lose their value over time unless you have an antique or some type of vehicle like Jeeps, American Jeeps, things that hold value. Meaning that if I purchase it 1 month, if I take it back to resell it the next month, what will the worth be, right? So these are to my students that may be wondering, how do I use credit? Understand that the rich always use credit, the bank's money and other people's money to make more money, right? Those are the strategies of the rich and wealthy. Now, as you all still can come in, drop your 5 minutes of fame as we have approximately 90 seconds. Just notice as well, right, if I could give a lesson to my students who may be watching, that in 1971, President Richard Nixon removed cash from being backed by gold, right? Gold and silver is money. You don't learn this in school, so this is why I'm teaching this. Constitutional gold and silver is money. So what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. That means in 1971, when cash became debt and gold and silver cash was usually used to redeem real money, right? Gold and silver was very heavy to carry around, to transport, and to exchange for goods and services. So they printed a lightweight paper currency to exchange for real money. Gold and silver, like I said in the beginning, you want things that continues to hold value, that's worth more and more and more. The longer you have it, the more it's worth, right? So as we have 10 seconds, right? So vehicles, they don't do that. Most vehicles don't do that, right? They don't hold their value unless you have something like a Rolls Royce or et cetera, et cetera. So if you want to know what's the difference between an asset and liability, just ask yourself, if I wanted to resell this, how much could I get back for it, right? Versus how much I purchased it. And so this message to my students, 1971, the dollar became debt, right? President Richard Nixon, probably something you will not learn in schools about how to use credit to become richer, right? How to use credit to become richer. And so when the dollar became debt, what that means or meant was that now currency will have a higher interest rate of being used in tax than credit would, right? It will have a higher rate of being taxed or higher interest rate. You often hear interest rates as it relates to credit cards and personal loans, or interest rates on a purchase, right? Like a vehicle or a house. But no one never talks about the interest rates on the stuff we carry every day, which is cash, right? So when it used to read $1 silver dollar and used to read in gold coin. That's the way dollars used to be. Now it just says this note is a legal tender for all debts, right? So that means the more you labor for this, right, the higher or the harder you're going to have to work, because the more the government would take from you. So people don't understand how to use or leverage their credit, right, or a loan or debt to create more cash flow and more wealth. So this is to my students that may be watching. Do not be afraid of debt, right, but use it to invest in assets and not liabilities, right? So let me give everyone a hello. Ricky, AR, and Jay, thanks for tuning in. North Carolina, we got ARN, and Dallas, Texas, right? So I uploaded a very short video today explaining what my credit analysis covered, right? Or what it included. So I'm going to go into that. And then we're going to discuss why your personal credit can lead you to the road to riches, right? And changes of where the credit world is going into as we get closer and closer to 2021. So if you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, share this broadcast. Facebook, thank you for the thumbs up. I see the thumbs up on Facebook as well. And share this on your personal page. I'm not on Periscope tonight because it would not allow me to, some reason, live stream on Periscope. So one of the most common questions I get or I receive is, my credit analysis is for an investment of $125, right? What does that consist of? What is included in the credit analysis? So it consists of the following. Number one, gives you education on your credit reports. You know, you have 3, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. 2, education on how to raise your credit score and rebuilding your credit. And I'm going to go into detail what all this means, right, in a few minutes after overview. The next items it covers is accounts that went into negative the first 24 months. Why accounts that went into negative the first 24 months? Because accounts that went into negative or that are negative within your first 24 4 months, or 2 years are, according to FICO, the Fair Isaac Corporation. What is Fair Isaac Corporation? It's like a math equation that determines your items that are calculating or give you an idea where your credit score is, right? Within the first 24 months or 2 years, is doing the most damage or doing the most help or building of your credit score. So it's either damaging it or destroying it, or is helping and building it within the first 24 months. Some people, when they try to repair their own credit or restore it, they just dispute everything that's negative. And that's the number one thing you do not want to do, right? The next things that this credit analysis covers is accounts that creditors can sue you for that fall within the statute of limitations. You need to know that, especially if you have collections account on your credit report. Mississippi, for example, statute of limitation is 3 years. And other states' statute of limitations are 7 years or more. Every state statute of limitations are differently. And so you need to know that just because you haven't heard from a debt collector or a collection agency in 6 months does not mean that you are free and clear. And getting those accounts deleted from your credit report will help you in your statute of limitations period, which means that's when creditors can sue, right? So then it analyzes or breaks down the key factors in your credit score and a detailed list of inaccurate accounts. A detailed list of inaccurate accounts. The next thing that it covers is a plan of action. Most importantly, thank you so much, Gwen Queen, for the $10 super chat, supporting me and supporting the channel. Thank you so much. So let's break down the plan of action, right? The plan of action. Now, some people think that this plan of action means that I will provide you with a detailed step-by-step instructions on how to dispute these negative accounts yourself. People not for $125. They will not happen, right? My intellectual property of how to do that is worth more than $125. Now, that gives you access to me. And I will also include an example once you've invested in the credit analysis of the affidavit that you will need and an estimate of where my consultation or what my consultation will be if you decided to become a client and work with me. See, at this point, you are not a client, right? You are in the prerequisite stage or the pre-qualifying stage to be a client. Now, if you become a client and you want the credit consulting to get these negatives reversed or to just rebuild and restore your credit, because sometimes it may not include just telling you what negative accounts that you have within 2 years. It may include helping you find the extra cash flow, the extra money to pay down some debts that will increase your credit score, right? It may entail for inquiry removal if you have too many inquiries or inquiries or hard pulls on your credit report. Also, once pre-customers become clients, the 125 investment will then roll over into getting your current addresses deleted and removed from your credit report. Now, Queen, why is this a big deal, right? Maybe you signed up with a Lexington Law or some other month-to-month credit repair business or program or network marketing company, right? They will not do address deletion, right? And so that's why my credit consulting is really an entire restoration process. And so normally just for address removal would be $125 investment. This is important because even when trying to position yourself to qualify to purchase a home at low interest rate, or purchase a vehicle at 1.9% interest rate, or building business credit, this is important because you want a clean credit profile. And another credit secret: old addresses are connected to negative accounts. Now, two positives about getting addresses and names deleted are, number one, it gives you a clean credit profile. Lenders look at you as more creditable, meaning you don't move around a lot, reliable person when you have one name, one address reporting. Number two, once you get the negative address that's connected to the negative account, it is much easier at this point to get the negative account deleted, because one method of verification that the credit agencies use is they verify by connecting the account with the addresses on your file. So let's say, for example, that you lived at 123 Main Street in New York, New York. And when you lived at 123 Main Street, you had a charge-off account, or your credit card statements were being delivered at this address, right? Now you went 6 months of non-payment and this credit card went into delinquent at 123 Main Street, New York, New York. Well, now 123 Main Street is connected to this charge-off. So now getting the address deleted also helps you get the charge-off deleted. Or let's say you got a collection at 123 Main Street and they were sending you billing notices, right, that you have a collection with this company, Midland Funding, Portfolio Recovery, maybe a medical collection, for example. Wherever you were receiving a mail or recipient of mail, and they communicated with you concerning your negative accounts, whether it be bankruptcy or anything else, right, that address is connected to those negative accounts. Thank you, Gwen and Jesus Aking, so much for supporting the channel and providing or giving that $5 super chat. Thank you so much. So addresses removal also increase your credit scores 2 to 3 points per address removal. So that investment rolls over into those services once you become a client and you transition from a customer, right, or a seeking customer into a client. Also, you have access to my cell phone number if needed and everything. I used to have my cell phone number business cell publicly, but I stopped it because I would get random text messages from non-clients. And they would often come at midnight, 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I had to stop all of that. So you have my direct business line to get in connect with me through that credit analysis. Also, the credit analysis include a rapid rescoring system. Using credit analysis are 16 pages or longer, right? So this is all what the 125 entails. So if you never heard of rapid rescore, the credit analysis will include education on that as well. So Jesus wanted me to cover this today. I hope I answered all of your questions about what the credit analysis covers, right? And if I did not, then you can ask the questions now on this live stream. And I'm gonna give you an example or a story of someone that I communicated with today that invested in the credit analysis. This person sent me an email stating that they needed their student loans deleted. They were trying to get approved for a house. They wanted to become a home buyer. However, and let me pull up the email so I can be a little bit more accurate. the person had several charge-offs and collections reporting on their credit report, right? And so I informed this person that your student loans are not affecting you at this point. You need to get your charge-offs and collections deleted from the credit report. And they went on to tell me, let me pull it up. And I'm not going to share the email for confidentiality reasons. So this person in particular had 6 charge-offs, 3 collections and 1 late payment, right? 6 charge-offs, 3 collections and 1 late payment. And they went on to try to explain to me, well, it's my student loans that's affecting me. It's not the charge-offs or the collections because I paid them, right? I'm just waiting on my credit report to update. I paid my collections. I don't know if they paid the charge-off, but they was informing me that they paid the collections. Maybe they paid the charge-offs and they decided to negotiate. I'm not sure. And so I went on to inform that client that your student loan debt, right, it was under $5,000. So getting your student loans deleted off of your credit report will actually damage your credit more because your student loans at this point is your longest payment history that you have reporting. And they don't understand that. See, once you get negatives removed, you need positive payment histories or accounts reporting. It's just not enough to have our negatives deleted or removed. So this, for example, if you are 40 years old and you have no positive history report on your credit report, you have the credit profile of someone that may be 18 years old. That's not going to get you approved for a home. Now, in the mortgage world, right, having paid collections will qualify you for a home. However, with 6 charge-offs and 3 collections, if that person really did pay that, my question would be, first of all, did you get something in writing from these creditors that you paid stating that they will delete these items from your credit report? Because if you're trying to get approved for business credit or better personal credit loans, that works in the mortgage world, right? Long as the collection says or report says paid. But with business credit and personal credit, that will not work because a paid collection still reports as a collection. So many people will argue, why pay a collection off when it still will report on your credit report, whether it's paid or non-paid, it still will report as a collection account, which is looked upon as negatively on your credit report. So my advice to this person was, if they did pay those charge-offs and collections, it would have benefited them more to use that money to invest in credit repair and restoration and get them permanently deleted versus having a reporting as a paid charge-off or paid collection, because they are still looked upon as negatively. And also, late payment was reporting. But this person thought that getting student loans would better improve their credit score. And in this incident and case, is not true. For many people, getting student loans with a high balance would be in their favor or benefit them getting deleted only because of their debt utilization, right? However, low balance student loans with good payment history, more than likely the best advice or best strategy that you can use is to pay those low balances down and keep your payment history, because payment history accounts for 35% of your credit score. So when you do not receive a credit analysis, although you think what you're doing is right, you're going to waste or throw away hundreds or even thousands of dollars because you didn't get the consultation or the advice that you need from an expert or professional to help you reach whatever goals that you want to reach with your credit. And so that's why I refer to it as a very small investment. Because if this person spent hundreds of thousands of dollars paying off charge-offs or collection, that money could have been invested in just getting them deleted or removed. So everybody's credit profile is not the same. And some people, it will be an advantage to get student loans deleted, and in some people, it will be a disadvantage, right? So you need to know, because a lot of people are under conception, or they have the thought or the idea that if I get a student loan or student loans deleted out of my credit report, I do not owe the student loan company. That's not true. You still owe, right? Your credit report is just like a progress report or a report card in school. It only grades you on how you pay your bills, but it does not exempt you from owing the bank or the company in which you receive the money from. That has nothing to do with Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, right? Just because Bank of America is not showing, for example, on your credit report does not mean you still don't owe Bank of America, and they still can take you to court for their unpaid debt, because your credit profile or credit report is just like a report card in school. It only grades you on how you pay your bills on time, but it does not exempt you from paying or owing that company. You don't owe TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. You owe your creditors, right? So I hope that answers the questions for you all. I'm not planning on being live for long. I just wanted to cover this. The second topic, or second discussion that I want to cover, is understanding how to use your personal credit, leveraging your personal credit to be on the road to riches, or your gateway to riches. As I mentioned earlier, if you don't know, 1971, the dollar became debt. What happens when the dollar became debt? Consumers, everyday people like you and I, became workers or economic slaves to the IRS or the feds, right? They could print out unlimited cash, but they also taxed it at a high value in order for you to possess it. And so that's why many people work jobs and they get 50 to 60 cents on the dollar from their hard-earned work and labor. And they don't understand that debt or using the bank's money or other people's money is not taxed, right? And so this is the time period in which using the bank's money, other people's money, or debt or credit is to everyone's advantage that are in position, because debt is not taxed. It's never taxed, right? And if you have your business set up or business structure or business ideas, right, then you can get the bank's money in large lump sums, and it doesn't have to affect your personal score. But this is the misconception that a lot of people have. What people don't understand is everyone that is now rich and wealthy, or a six-figure income earner, or a thousandaire, or maybe a millionaire, they started out using or leveraging their personal credit, right? Even Robert Kiyosaki gives the testimony of when he bought his first investment condo on the beach in Hawaii. his down payment of $2,000 on an $18,000 investment was used with his credit card. Now he is so cash rich that he does not have to use credit cards anymore, but that's how he started. So before you can get cash rich, you have to learn how to be credit rich, right? And speaking of credit rich, I have merchandise for sale on my page that you should see in my Teespring that reads Credit Rich. Don't let the game fool you, people. Everyone, every millionaire, thousandaire leverages credit, and they leverage credit cards, right? They also leverage cash. Madam Champ, you're absolutely true. I think the only people that you never want to pay collection agencies. And so this person, for an investment of $125 would have gotten that knowledge. And a lot of times, if people knew how to leverage a home-based business as well, you can find the extra cash flow out of your paycheck without needing or getting a second job. So you can pay down debts much longer, especially student loan debt, in which is building your credit history, right? And so, I know if I transform my channel to talk about how to get credit cards or what are the best credit cards to get at this time. And, we have Credit Church. I heard someone use my Credit Church trademark Monday about people giving credit testimonials about the credit cards they're receiving. I don't want to go there. And I'm not against anyone that has a YouTube channel that's teaching it. That's their forte. That's their area of expertise. However, it's like people getting excited on Christmas about the nice wrap gifts with the bow on it, the shiny gifts with the bow on it, and you won't be able to open the present or break open the wrapper to see what's in the box as your gift because your personal credit doesn't qualify for you, right? I've said since the beginning of my channel, I've used these alliterations. You need credit, coins, credit unions, crypto, cash flowing business. I've said those 5 C's. Coins, what do you mean coins? Once you get to the point, silver and gold, right? Because it is real money. And the government right now, and notice I specified the difference between the government and the IRS and the feds. They're not the same. The government right now is printing trillions of dollars in debt, which means we are due for an economic reset or a currency reset. Whenever that happens, gold and silver, which is money, always have to be used to reset the accounting system. I'm not suggesting or saying that we will ever go back to the gold standard that in 1971, President Nixon removed us off of, but you can never go away from gold and silver. So you need coins. You need credit. You have to start with your personal credit, right? You have to start with your personal credit. Why, Queen? Why do I start my personal credit? Because a lot of people don't have the income. Cash is an asset. It's a low yielding asset, but it is an asset. However, most people do not have the cash that they need in the bank, right? They don't have a $50,000 cash balance or business checking account. They don't have an $80,000 checking account balance in which they can use that cash to leverage for credit. And I want you to listen to this very closely, right? I want you to listen to this very closely. Even the people that used to say, just beginning of this year, that cash is still king, are now talking about credit. I promise you they are. They're telling you how they got the high limit credit cards and how they use their cash to get the credit cards and how the focus is now getting more business credit, right? Madden asks, do you look at other YouTubers who talk about credit and credit? I do. All right. There are other YouTubers that have been doing this longer than I have more subscribers than I have, and that have more business experience than I have. So of course I look at other YouTubers. Some days I just don't want to go live. You know, you can't feed people all the time without getting fed yourself. Our malnutrition. So sometimes when I'm doing credit repair and restoration, I listen to other YouTubers to refill me with knowledge that I may not know, right? That have 10, 15 years experience, or that's making millions, right? Or thousands of dollars repeatedly, or they're selling products that's $5,000 or $4,000 or $10,000 big ticket products, right? Or I just may need a mindset shift, right? For that, I may have a stressful day dealing with clients or just people in general. I need some mindset motivation. I listen to YouTubers, right? Knowledge is always ongoing. You should be a lifelong learner. I don't think I know it all. And I always listen to people that have more experience. I think YouTube is the best platform to find mentors that can help you get to where you're trying to go. Miss Brown Skin Beauty says, hello, just found your channel and happen to be live, right place, right time. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, whatever it may be. Subscribe to my channel. Right next to that, hit the bell notification channel. And you will get notification whenever I'm live once you hit that bell notification button as well, once you subscribe. And let me tell you this. I listened to someone on YouTube. They had about 25, 30 views about how to remove late payments. Only 25 or 30 views, and the video was so in depth. And I was like, wow, why this person don't have more views? Gave so much detail of so many different examples of how to remove late payments. They had about 6 or 7 video uploads. So I do not only watch the videos that get thousands of views, I watch the ones that have less than 100. Because usually the videos that have the lowest views have the most content or knowledge in it, because those people are trying to build their brand on YouTube, and they will normally give you more information than someone with thousands would give you, right? And then even, when people have so many thousands live stream, you can't see every question and you can't answer every person personal. So oftentimes you'll get a lot of jewels or nuggets or gems dropped on the lower views and the less subscriptions, right? Right. Usually ones with the lower views are the smartest. And I'm saying this because people, and that's a great point, Madden Champ. And I'm saying this to say this, like I listened to Lorelia Phillips today. She had 2 people on her live stream, Lorelia Phillips, and she broke down business credit and personal credit. Man, I listened to her live stream today. She was just dropping gems. And the thing is, but I do listen to Hustlers Kung Fu, Uncle G. I listen to him. I listen to Erica Williams. I listen to Vanderchuck. I listen to a lot of people, but I also listen to the people that get 25, 30, 50 views. Because a lot of people will prefer entertainment over education. And that's cool for you to be listening to, oh man, get this American Express card, get this business corporate card, get this Get credit. Oh man, if I really want a lot of live, all I gotta talk about is Navy Federal credit card, how to get approved for Navy Fed through Navy Federal, right? I can break that down and dissect it. But I know that it means nothing for me to give you the shiny gift in the box on Christmas Day, and you can't even open it because your personal credit doesn't qualify. And that's why I made the subtopic in this video that it is your personal credit that will get you on the road to riches, right? It's your personal credit, because if you don't have thousands in your business checking account, then you're going to have to leverage your personal credit. Just point blank. And many people are cash poor, but you can be cash poor and credit rich. And I was like, man, somebody using my trademark Credit Church, but that's cool too. I know that's me. If I want to tell that person, that's trademark, you can't use that, but I'm not tripping. It's all good. They listen to me too. They have to, because they're using my terminology. And it's all good. That's what YouTube is for. It's not about competing, but I'm just telling you, don't sleep on these low views videos. Don't sleep on Larelia Brown Phillips. She dropped a lot of gems on her live stream. It was 2 people live. I was one out the 2. And I was shopping at the time, so I couldn't really comment. Right? And so you just have to know where you are. You can get business credit cards that don't report to your personal credit score, which means it won't affect your personal credit score. And this is just one that I talk about freely because I like its rewards. It's the Chase Business Inc. Right? And it does not report on your personal credit report. But I tell people, again, my 5 alliterations: credit unions, coins, silver and gold, credit, cash flow in business, cryptocurrency. This is why, and I'm not against Forex or stock trading, but that's just not my area of expertise. So that's why I don't discuss it or expand on it or, camp on it. But if you know how to do that, that's great as well. I'm going to tell you another person I listen to that you have to listen to him over and over again because he is deep, right? He is deep. The Crypto Teacher. Right, Crypto Teacher. Now he has a new channel called Crypto Stocks. I think it has under 3,000 subscribers. I love listening to his channel because he talks about what's going on in the future and what the economy currently is. And so again, a lot of people that was coming live talking about cash is king, now they're talking about credit. The language is changing. Well, I heard him say Credit Church Monday. And I'm not saying they're coming to steal, but yeah, that's my trademark, Credit Church, and I'm currently getting Credit Rich trademark as well. Jay Morrison, he didn't call it Credit Church; he called it something. I forgot. I forgot what he called it, but it was, he always included biblical scriptures too that also support, right, using your credit or leveraging your credit to get more money to invest. Right, cash poor. If you can be cash poor, you still can be credit rich in Credit Church. Jesus says he loved the Chase Business Inc. No, Crypto Teacher was not on here before, but man, he gives so much knowledge, and he has this new channel too called Crypto Teacher Stocks. So it's great as well. Smith Shauna says, hello, those 2 trade lines you suggested last week, do we use those for business or personal credit? I'm glad you asked that question because I had someone commenting on my live or one of my live streams today or upload, informing me that they received a secured credit card and it boosted their credit score by 10 points. And I informed that person is that was that if you did not get a secured credit card with a banking institution or a credit union in which you can upgrade to an unsecured credit card, that was not a good strategy for you. And so the person went back and forth with me saying or commenting that Queen, secured credit cards are a way to build your credit. This is what they don't understand. A secured credit card puts you in a position to be a subprime consumer or candidate. When you get a secured credit card, you are automatically redlined in the sense that you are a low profile borrower. Just like systematic racism covers that if you live in a certain zip code, you will only get, no matter how high your credit score is, but because of the population of the people that live in that zip code status area, you are automatically screened as an unstable or a risky borrower. And secure credit cards do the same. And so I told this person, you would have been better off, you would have made a better move by getting 2 primary trade lines that I suggest at $5,000. Primary means it belongs to you. It's primary yours. And so the 2 trade lines that I suggest to do this will not automatically put you in a category in which you are considered a risky borrower. And what I mean by that, usually people that get secure credit cards only will have offers from Credit One Bank or Capital One. Capital One, Credit One advertise to people who are subprime candidates or borrowers. What does subprime mean, Queen? I'm glad you asked. Prime means that you have a credit score between 720 and 760. This means that you will get the best and lowest interest rates offers. Subprime means, right, if you're 680 and below, that you will get the higher interest rate offers and the lower profile type cards. That's why so many subprime borrowers were frustrated when Capital One cut their credit limits. Right. So I explained this to this person. If you would have got the $5,000 trade lines that belong to you, you're not an authorized user, meaning you're not added to someone's good credit history. Now, when you hold those $5,000 trade lines and you pay them in good standing, you can now apply for a major credit card, and they usually will mirror your highest credit limit on a charge card that already is reporting on your credit profile. So for example, if I have a $5,000 charge card or department store card reporting, then Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover will usually match my credit limit with a $5,000 credit limit. But if I have a secure credit card that's $500 or $1,000, and I try to apply for a major card, then I only usually would get a $1,000 credit limit, and I'll be targeted as a risky borrower. And it's even hard for you to get approved for mortgages because you have those subprime accounts or secure card reporting on your credit report. Now, sometimes people will get a secure card with Navy Federal, for example. However, the strategy is to graduate from a secured card to an unsecured card with Navy Federal. But if you're not a part of a banking institution or credit union that will do that, then it's going to hurt you more than help you to get a secure card that reports on your credit report. So it's better to get those 2 primary trade lines and then apply for an unsecured card. Madden Champ says I have to add him to my credit watch list. You, CJ Credit Fisher, Credit Game, Brandon Weaver, Queen. You get a lot of people who mention you on YouTube. That's great. I don't know who. Thank you. I never heard of Credit Game. Him 500. I listen to him as well. CJ the Credit Fixer. I haven't heard him go live in a while. So if he's still doing some updates, let me know. I have to search for Credit Game. But I know Jeremy, CEO from Forex. He sends me a lot of clients. He teaches Forex and everything. I listen to Credit Plug sometimes, but not all the time, because nothing, I'm not saying anything negative. I listen to them. But a lot of people get so excited again about the wrap gift with the pretty bow that they don't understand that personal credit would not qualify them for those credit cards anyway. But if your personal credit do qualify for those credit cards, then go right ahead. He does have a lot of great information on credit union and credit cards in the most updated. Oh, Credit Game is wholesale trade line. Oh, okay. Now, I listened to him. His education is good, but after what he did with wholesale trade line, it was just a little hard for me to, it would be hard for me to trust them moving forward, because a lot of people lost a lot of money going through him to get trade lines. And I told people that FICO 10 was coming and that trade lines would not be of help to you anymore, because FICO 10 will look at your 2-year credit history, and trade lines only report on your credit report for 30 to 60 days, right? So Madden Champ says, I started my secure credit card with Navy Fed and help you tremendously. Yes, that's really the only time I recommend it, is when you're with a bank or credit union that will help you move up in the ranks and graduate from secured to unsecured. Other than that, you are positioning yourself to be a risky borrower, a high risk, and having those secured credit card will stop you from getting the best interest rates, the best credit cards, and the best loans, and especially business credit, right? AR says, I have 5 personal credit cards and 1 business credit card, and I'm still showing as a thin credit file. I'm thinking about getting a loan. AR, I'm assuming that your 5 personal credit cards and your business credit card are recent, meaning they're not seasoned, right? You haven't had them for maybe over 3 or 5 years. So even getting a loan will not help you in that case, because at this point, it's your history, right? It's your 35% of your FICO score credit history that's being deducted or not adding to. Now, this is where being added to someone, friend or family, who has a great credit card for a long period of time would assist you, right? Because you can be the recipient, or you receive some of their payment history. But other than that, if you don't have a lot of history, right? Because a lot of people sometimes get put in this position because they get a credit sweep, and that credit sweep sweeps out all of their history, right? And now they don't have that 35% calculated in. Now, just know if someone has an American Express card, then that does not add to your history, right? So that's the only way. AR says his credit cards are over 10 years old. So I guess it's a matter of credit mix in your case, right? If you still have no credit card, then it's a matter of credit mix. And in this case, if you don't have any personal loans or installment loans, then a personal loan would help you, since it's not a matter of your history. No, Dave Sincere, I would not recommend that he get a personal unsecured line of credit. instead of a personal loan. Especially if he doesn't have any installment loans reporting. But just because a personal loan will be easier to get than a line of credit because he's already showing he has a thin credit profile. I don't like Capital One at all, Madden Chan. I really don't like Capital One at all for business or personal use because Capital One is usually targeted subprime lenders. It'll put you in a certain category. And even Capital One business credit card will report to your personal credit. Sandra says, I just put my son on my Wells Fargo to get him some credit history. How long should you keep him on there? At least until he's at the age of 18 or older. And then he can start applying for and building his own personal credit without leveraging yours. But congratulations on that. AR says, your debt is too low. You have a high credit. So do you mean that you are not really utilizing your credit cards? You saying your debt is too low? And maybe those 3 recent cards is making your credit profile. Because once you add recent credit, it will depreciate the history of your past or your average credit age. So you have to know what credit score you're looking at. With Credit Karma, it has average credit age, but True FICO shows payment history. So if you're basing this off of Credit Karma, it may show you a low score because it just averages your credit age, which means it calculates all the ages of your accounts. But your True FICO score doesn't work that way. So that's why I tell people you need to know the difference between Credit Karma, which is a Vantage score system, versus FICO, which is the FICO, the Fair Isaac Corporation, the credit score that banks and lenders use. Yes, keep your credit card usage low. I actually recommend paying them off in full every month because whether you have a 0% balance transfer offer or not, if you paid those balances out full in every month, you will never get charged interest or interest will never apply. All right. Thank you. Jesus says he put his baby sister on the city double cash when she turns 18. She'll have a 7-year history. Hopefully, that definitely will help her turn 18. She'll probably start out in the high 700s credit score automatically, as long as you keep that card in good standing and it has a low debt ratio. Okay, you did a refi. Okay. So just make sure you have Experian. It will show you your FICO 8 score because a lot of people depend on Credit Karma, and that's just your Vantage score, and it calculates your average age, which FICO calculates the payment history. Patrick, FICO score does not go to 950. The highest score is an 850. The best way to get the highest score, in my opinion, is to leverage your personal credit to get assets and get business credit that does not affect your personal credit or that will not report or show on your personal credit. In my opinion, that's the best way to utilize a high 800 or 850 credit score. Yes, get Experian. It's free. It's no cost to you. I think My Jewelers Club and what's the other one I recommend? The other 5,000 on trade line I discussed. But these should be kept on your credit profile or report until you get approved for a major credit card. So you leverage those trade lines at 5,000. to apply for and get approved for a major credit card like a Visa, American Express. The ones I recommend right now, just because of the cashback rewards. Thank you, JH. Thank you, New Coast Direct. So the ones I'm recommending right now is the Chase cards with the high cashback, was the Chase Freedom. They came out with the Chase Flex. Your City cards, double cash. And for a business, because of the rewards point system, is your Chase Business Inc. And so I definitely would be applying for credit cards that offer cashback rewards versus airline miles or other types of incentives, because right now where we are facing as an economy is the increased pricing of goods and services, right? Which is like used vehicles. Price increase by 12% on used vehicles, right? You're welcome, JH. There's a 12% increase because they know more people are looking to get or purchase used vehicles right now. So we are experiencing hyperinflation, which means high pricing increase, your groceries are increasing, and high unemployment. So in order to combat that, use the cashback reward cards. So you can turn your credit cards into passive income, right? And they can help you keep more of the money that you're spending. Does Capital One secured card transfer you to a regular card after you pay well on the card like Navy Federal? No, it does not. Me personally, I don't like Capital One or their products. Capital One is one of the highest charge-offs accounts that I have to help people get deleted or removed. And so no, it does not help you upgrade or transfer that. So if you're going to get secured cards, credit, Navy Federal is a good one. They will upgrade you. And in some cases, your Wells Fargo secured credit card will upgrade you as well. Right, because Jesus, you get the same, pretty much the same deals and interest loans with a 720, 760 credit score as you would an 800. Right, and I talked about the 4 type of people who want credit repair and restoration. First person, the people that want to buy something, they want to make a purchase, a vehicle or a home. Right, they need to buy something. They want credit repair and restoration. Second type of person is a person that just want to brag that I have an 800, plus credit score. They just want to be in that elite class to say, I have perfect credit, but all they have to show for is maybe a house and 2 cars with the white fence. Right. The third type of people is people that's paying high interest rate on bad debt. And they made some bad decisions with their credit. Maybe they have bankruptcy, repossessions, a lot of charge-offs and collections. They made bad decisions with their credit. They're tired of paying the bank's interest. They're tired of living paycheck to paycheck. And the banks are getting richer, or the people that, or the loans or the companies that they're in debt to are getting richer, but they're not. Then you have the fourth type of people. Fourth type of people is the people that I love, right? I like the other 3, but I love the fourth type. People that want to leverage and use their credit to create cash flowing assets. And so nothing wrong with having a perfect 850 credit score. But what are you doing with it? Don't die with an 850 credit score. Don't die with an 800 credit score. And you don't position yourself to live a better financial life, right? Okay, Madam Champ says has a Chase Freedom, 3 American Express, 2 Navy Feds. I have 2 Navy Feds as well, 1 Target, 1 Fingerhut. Let me give you a secret about Navy Federal. Because they often give you high credit limit lines, even Penn Feds, it's good to have a high credit card limit with a credit union, because before you begin to apply for business credit. Because what happens is when you apply for business credit, they will look at the credit limit on your the highest credit limit reporting on your personal credit report. This is how credit works. When you're trying to get better credit cards It's going to the company or the banks is going to examine what is the highest credit limit that you have reporting, so they can determine if you will manage that credit limit with them as well. So if you have a $25,000 Navy Federal and then you apply for a Chase Business Inc., then more than likely your Chase Business Inc. credit limit will be $25,000. But if your highest personal limit credit card is only $10,000, then your business credit card may only be $10,000. So that's how that works. JH said, can you move USA accounts? I have. Yes, I can. I've done it before. Can you get Navy Federal without having a military family member? I don't think so. I know you have to have a family member affiliated, and they provide you with the information to enroll and sign up. Madam Champ says, Navy Federal be starting out people with 20, 25K. And that's true, people that qualify credit-wise. Now, there may be other ways that you can become a member of Navy Federal through other people, and that may be what they do, that maybe you're not their family member. But me personally, if you're not my family member, I will not allow you to enroll under my account, because I would not want my account or my relationship with Navy Federal to get into bad standing because I added someone that was not a family member or affiliated with me. Murder says, I have a Capital One Securities. That's something I need to do to get rid of it and get something else and apply for something. At this point, I wouldn't necessarily get rid of it or close it. You don't want that payment history to just be deleted or removed. But if it's not at least a $5,000 credit limit, which secure cards are usually lower credit limit, then I definitely would get the 2 primary $5,000 trade lines added and keep those for at least 3 months or 90 days, and then apply for unsecured credit cards. I said preferably Citi cards, double cashback rewards, or your Chase cashback reward credit cards. Jesus says Navy Federal shut down at loophole. Something about donating to some San Diego council or something like that. Okay. He said they are tracking down people who was never in the military or right. So I'm not going to put my membership with Navy Federal in jeopardy for non-family members who might want to join. Murdis, who's my good friend, Dave Sincere says, you won't believe it, but his mother's name is Murdis Robinson. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, you all. So I'm signing off. So if you didn't get the first beginning of this, go back and watch about the credit analysis. A lot of people ask, what is that detail? What does that cover? Then we go from there. I go from there to discuss business credit, why business credit is the credit of the future, but it all has to start with leveraging your personal credit to get there. And there are some other steps you need to take as well. However, if you're not in position to get business credit because you are cash rich, right? You can leverage or use your personal credit when you're cash rich, when you're cash poor, to get credit rich. So position your personal credit. If you need more cash flow, definitely reach out to me about joining or becoming a member of the home-based business. You can work from home, earn passive income, and I will also put the link to those primary trade lines in as well. So this is more about, because a lot of people, they need the extra money to pay down debt. And that's what a lot of people don't teach you. You know, they'll tell you to get business credit, and now you can have a bookkeeping of your expenses, but they will not inform you of also how to use those expenses to get more cash flow. which means knowing how to use those expenses through your business as tax write-offs. So you need the entire education. You need to build your credit and you need to build your cash flow. And you build your cash flow by paying less in taxes, just point blank. So you also need to know the tax game as well. So those are the 3 links you all can watch. That's the home-based business. I think I put that link in twice. These are your primary trade lines that if you have a secure card, that you definitely need to make that chess moving to get. Remember, this is chess, not checkers. Make your next move your best move. So the link is www.bit.ly/5000K trade line. One of those is for My Jeweler Club. The next one's for New Coast Direct. Then you'll keep those for approximately 3 months. Then you'll position yourself to apply for the better cashback reward cards. If you have a family member that's a part of Navy Fed or even Penn Fed or a great credit union, maybe even your local credit union, right? Don't sleep on your local credit union. Invest in researching that as well. Going forward into the new economy, you definitely need credit unions on your team because they lend more during times of recessions. No, these trade lines cannot decline you. It will be a hard pull on your credit report, but you will not be declined because it all entails a membership, right? And so it's not a decline. However, if you are delinquent or okay, I think my mic is unmuted. Then the delinquents will show on your credit report. Okay. All right, Mr. Mentor is in. Good evening to you. Drive and listen. I'll be safe. Ohio bound. I love that profile picture. Right. Once you get a hard pull for a New Coast Direct or My Jewelers Club, don't try to get the hard pull or inquiry removed because they will close the account. Yep, mic check, 1, 2. All right, I'm signing off, you all. And as I always say, here's to your health and wealth, your peace and prosperity, and your credit and your cash flow. Queen of Credit out. You all have a great night.